Oh, hi, Internet. I didn't see you there. I'm Joe Starr. This is Screen Junkies News, and we are back with another Super Bowl trailer breakdown for Stranger Things. With me are two people who threatened physical violence against me if I didn't let them talk about this trailer. Dan Murrell.
Hello.
And Roth Cornett.
Thank you for not making me do the beatdown.
Oh, no, I know how this works. I saw the looks in both of your eyes. This is an awesome trailer. You guys bring the knowledge. We're gonna watch it, and then I'm gonna defer to you guys as to what every beat of this means. And I like this trailer because a lot of trailers we stop frame by frame and we're like, what's this hand maybe is? But with this trailer, like every frame, the hand maybe is. So
Definitely is a thing.
So let's go. Let's just roll this guy. Starts with this commercial. It's amazing. It's Eggos, you guys.
I
Got the kids on bikes. Got the Ghostbusters. Spielberg. Real Spielberg.
Things to Halloween.
Yep. So
It's amazing that it's that short and yet
so good. There's so much to
emotion.
it.
Yeah.
And I love that it not only sold the new season to me, but made me go, I should watch the first season again. Like,
Yeah, you should.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's available now.
It's available
Have you
always.
seen it?
The first season?
Yeah.
Oh, God, yeah.
Okay.
But this commercial just made me, I was like, yeah.
I was like, we're going to spoil the hell out of you right now, Joe.
Yes,
This is
we are.
about to ruin the Stranger Things for me. So, yeah, let's crank into this. Our first shot is Eggos.
Right, which is one of, it's just immediately locating you in that time period, but then it's also one of Eleven's favorite snack.
Loves Eggos.
So loves the Eggos, and I think Eggos has been loving on that kind of like.
They should.
Oh,
be.
yeah.
Yes, they should.
Oh,
be.
I haven't had buzz about Eggo waffles since that commercial was on in the 80s.
Yeah. No, this commercial was a big weekend for food. Totino's fed their hungry boys, and we got Eggos back.
It was Eggos
with 11.
Puppy Bowl,
Yeah.
and Totino's. Those
By the
were
way,
the
the Puppy
winners
Bowl is the greatest thing ever.
It's pretty amazing.
Ever created on the face of the earth.
Tweet us, tweet at Screen Junkies News if you guys want to see us do a Puppy Bowl breakdown.
Oh my
Because,
God.
we'll do it.
I would-
Just
I would-
watch our videos.
Rewind the hell
I
out
think
of the
that
Puppy Bowl.
Team Rough and Team Fluff
Yes.
were well matched this year.
Oh, and I couldn't get enough. I rhymed. See what I did there? Okay, let's crank through our stills. After that, we've got an arcade.
So this is one that people have been saying maybe this is hearkening back to, I don't know if you guys have seen The Last Starfighter. I rewatched it, oddly enough, just the other week. I
The
don't...
struggles against the Codan Armada, sure.
Yes, Joe. Way too much excitement for The Last Starfighter. It's the little things. I don't necessarily think that's the case because I feel like arcades are so emblematic of that era in general. So it could be a lot of things, right?
Well, I think it generally speaks to hopefully that they're
games.
going to get out a little, because I thought they spent a lot of time in Winona Ryder's living room in the first. Love the first
did,
season of Stranger
yeah.
Things. A lot of time in Winona Ryder's living room. So they're older. They can ride around now. They can get out a little bit. I hope this means I want to see more of this town, more of the world that they live
those places they're gonna hang out at.
Yeah.
Where was the place you rode your bike to the most when you were a kid?
in. I wasn't very good at riding a bike, but I would ride to my friend's house, my friend Jake's house a lot.
Jake's house. Yep.
I actually did. I grew up in New York City, but oddly enough, I did ride a bike because where I grew up, there was this place that we called the Forest. It was actually 3 trees.
Nice.
And
City Forest.
City Forest, and we picked berries off of it. Probably so toxic.
We rode to
Yes.
Kroger all the time. My childhood was
There
boring.
you go.
Moving on, our first sort of weird alien shot. We've got lights in the sky. What does this recall for you guys?
A lot of this trailer in general is recalling Spielberg overall and Close Encounters specifically. Don't you think, Dan?
Well, yeah, we've got the shot coming up. That's
Yeah.
more than a reference to Close Encounters. It is the shot from Close Encounters.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a show that markets heavily in nostalgia. I think that it's more than that. It's more than nostalgia, but it is very Carpenter-esque and Spielberg-esque, and there's lots of esques. Stranger Things has a lot of esques,
Yeah.
and they're going to continue bringing us the esques into the next season.
And they are, you'll be happy, Joe and Dan, because I think they've said that they're going to get out of it. They're going to expand the world a little bit.
They
We've
should.
only seen bits of the Upside Down, too.
I just love when When you first heard the idea that someone might combine the feeling of Steven Spielberg and Carpenter into one series, did you think it'd be one about some little kids and one doesn't have teeth like that? I love this show.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving with a nice shot of 11. Is she alive? Does this confirm her fate, or is this a flashback?
Well, if you don't think Eleven's going to be in the show, then you don't pay attention to how television or fandom works. I mean, of course she's going to be in the show. I think this is I haven't gone frame by frame with the last season. I would guess this is maybe a reused shot from the last season. Again, it's just a hint. You can't show her because I don't want to know if and how and when she comes back. But you have to hint, I think, to the fans that she's going to be a part of the season somehow.
Sure.
To get people to watch. I think you're right. I think that is a shot from last season. But 11, even if she is in the Upside Down, like I said, they said they're going to explore far more of the Upside Down. My theory on the monster from last season is, what if it's something like a bear in their world? You know what I mean? Like, what if we haven't even encountered what would be the humanoid entity in that world? And 11's going to be there sort of exploring that as they're on our side.
Which I know they've done an interview where they stated that they have just a binder's worth of what the Upside Down is. Binders full of Upside Down from the creators of Stranger Things. So there's definitely a lot to explore. And then we have our sort of next 80s nod and reference here.
Just when you thought we were done talking about Ghostbusters.
They're back.
No,
they're
they're
back.
back.
They're back. And they're all male.
They're back.
So I really like this nod. You know, this is a reference-heavy trailer, but I like this nod because these kids were sort of going out on their own and exploring the paranormal, and of course these kids would be like, "Hell yeah, Ghostbusters!"
Well, and it sets the time, as you can see back there. They have the jack-o'-lanterns on the school. They had that shot. I don't know if we pulled it, but the shot in the lab that a lot of people, even I thought at first, it's a quick shot was 11. It's actually Mike, but it's date stamped October 30th, 1984. So I like that this is going to be set at Halloween. This puts it almost precisely in the shows. There it is. See, I believe that's Mike strapped there.
Yeah.
See, October 30th, 84. I love that it sets up, this is going to take place, season 1 was in November of 83. This sets up the season to take place almost exactly 1 year later, which means, we're going to have a very defined time frame. And also when you have kids, with the time periods, you can't do that thing of got lost doing it. You can't do this thing if you pick up right after because the kids grow up in between seasons. You got to figure out, how to. So I like that they're setting very distinguished. Like, here's where the first season was. This is where the second season is. Plus, again, it markets in, and I hope it doesn't go too far over the edge, but it does market in nostalgia. And that Ghostbusters outfit, Ghostbusters came out in June of '84. I'm sure there were a lot of kids. The proton packs, by the way.
Yeah, we did. You did have some
those
issues.
Those toys
Let's get
did
into
not
it.
look that good. I hope that maybe like Mike or somebody built those because I had the Ghostbusters toy proton pack. It was blue. It was plastic. It was tiny. It did not
They
look
got
that
the tricked
good.
out. They got the pimpin' one.
Yeah, they did.
The pimpin' proton pack.
Like it,
Is that a thing that they sold back then?
Probably.
I feel like it is. They went to cribs. I'm just going all over the decades. That shot also of Will, maybe our own Charlie Feldman theorizes that that's a reference to Firestarter. Do you guys remember Firestarter with Drew Barrymore?
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, possibly.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, this is a show where they're gonna pack them in. So I feel like anything where you're like, is this? It probably
Did I
is.
say Will? I think it's Mike. Did I say Will? I think that might be Mike. I don't know.
Oh, is it Mike?
I think it's Mike.
One of
Okay.
the boys.
One of the kids.
I call them the boys and 11.
Yeah.
So let's look at our next shot, which I believe is Hopper burying somebody.
So who is he killing? What's
He could
going
be-
on
he could
here?
He could be building a fence.
The patriarchy with another dope
Yeah.
speech. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. That guy gives good speeches.
He does. Oh, that's true. David Harbour gives good speeches.
Real good speeches.
Again, that's a very kind of 80s. It's Raiders type,
Is this where he digs up? He buries Egos here
Yeah,
for upside down access.
he's burying Eggos.
Or maybe something came over from the Upside Down, or I don't know.
Maybe it's like when you're a kid,
Maybe he's
like
a murderer now.
when you were in school, they used to say like, "Oh, you can dig a hole to China." Maybe he's trying to dig a hole to the upside down.
Yeah.
It is below us.
I'm into
as
it.
as I understand.
Super possible. So we've got another shot of the upside down here. Coming up after, literally drawings of the upside down. So we've got the kids sort of trying to work out what it means. I'm assuming that one of the kids started drawing. This is such a great trope where the kid who knows more than
Sees
everybody
it,
else
yes.
starts drawing.
They have 4 of them on this show. 4 kids that know more than everyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this
2
looks like
that are directly connected.
Looks like they've seen our Demogorgon and raised us
Whatever
whatever that is. Yeah.
Well, it looks actually the sort of spider creature that we're seeing to me looks more like War of the Worlds than anything else. And I don't know if that's specifically what they're referencing, but that's immediately what I think of. Which I don't think they remade that in the 80s. It was in the 50s and then again in the 90s, as far as I remember.
Well, keeping in mind, we're still early in the production cycle. So this could even be...
Or was War of the Worlds the Steven Spielberg, was that in the 2000s? When was that, Dan?
That was
Spielberg? Yeah, that was 2000.
That was 2005, I believe.
Thank you.
But yeah, that could even be a vision, a dream. But it's obvious that they're gonna kind of go a little bigger and better.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Sort of eagle-eyed people have noted that this could be a Thessal Hydra from D&D if we want to sort of continue with the Dungeons and Dragons Monsters Realm, which I certainly do. Any reason I can talk about D&D at work,
if they say so.
Great for me.
You can make up a name,
we
and
should
I would.
We should just bring in Vin Diesel to work, and we could just play
I'd be fine.
D&D
I'd be fine. I'm gonna
long.
roll up some clerics with Vin Diesel. Well, coming soon to Screen Junkies Plus, and then we've got this money shot coming up in the realm of references.
The Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
The Close Encounters shot.
That is the shot that most people recognize from Close Encounters. If you look at any reel of Steven Spielberg's work, it's that shot. It's.
So does that make you think that maybe there are beings on the Upside Down that are not malevolent? Because Close Encounters opens the door. Like, it's Close Encounters in E.T., particularly, there's that shot that sort of looks like Breaking Bad, where they're in the yellow suits, but that also a little bit reminds me of E.T., which these are like beneficent aliens, but then War of the Worlds is not. So are we meant to be confused? Some are good, some are bad.
I think we're going to get our expectations challenged quite a bit with this one, because one thing they do so well is they take that nostalgia and they take sort of what you expect when they present that nostalgia to you and twist it and turn it a lot.
Yeah, I think, if they're smart, they're not just going to fall back on, the nostalgia thing was great, and it was great for the first season. I like that they're cementing themselves in an era, but they need to build that's the problem with season 2. Season 2s of a lot of shows don't go well because it's easy to be new, but it's hard to come back and then build on that.
Sure.
So
and, which they're aware of. Matt Duffer has said, I know movie sequels get a lot of stuff, but the ones we look to aspire to pivot and do something different. Temple of Doom, Aliens, Terminator 2. So this is them sort of, they've done their film. Now they're trying to sort of take that James Cameron turn to really kind of give us something familiar, but very, very different and a lot bigger. We also have new characters, which I don't think we really got any shots of in this.
Really,
Sean
no.
Astin, we know will be playing Joyce's boyfriend. We don't know if Winona Ryder is going to be reprising her role from the SAG Awards as crazy, wacky Winona Ryder. Guys, final thoughts on the Stranger Things trailer?
Well, Halloween, I think, was a surprise. I think most people had anticipated that it would be back again for the summer, and it's not. So if the summer movies suck again this year, we're not going to have Stranger Things to rescue us.
No.
But take their time. I like the idea of not rushing it out immediately and having it. Plus, that's a show that lends itself to Halloween. Stranger Things to me makes sense to come out on Halloween. It's got that vibe. It has that feel. I loved watching it during the summer, but I can imagine, especially if they're going spookier and creepier, Halloween seems like a perfect fit for the show. So I'm glad they're taking their time. They didn't set a date, in the 2 weeks after the first season of when they were going to be done, and they're just racing to meet that. I want them to get it right. I want everybody to get it right. That's why I hate that every movie sequel, when it comes out, is dated. Their fourth sequel already has a date 7 years down the road. You should come do the thing, see how it works, see what didn't work, do it better.
Yeah.
Do you
hope that there is also at least, and I imagine there is going to be at least one Halloween episode, and that is why they are dressed up as ghosts. I mean, I'm assuming that's why they're dressed up as Ghostbusters. Yeah. It also just opens the door to all kinds of mayhem and confusion about who the real monsters are and who the fake ones are, and that's a fun 80s trope.
That's a fun E.T. nod.
Yeah.
It is a fun.
That's also a very fun Garfield Halloween special nod.
Yes.
What if the show...
And Halloween, the film.
Yep.
What if the show takes a left turn
for a more direct...
and they become the actual Ghostbusters? Just a thought.
Hey,
I'm into that.
Fanfic it. I am fanficking that all over my brain right now.
That's why the proton packs look so good. They're the actual Ghostbusters. Yes.
Well, guys, I think that theory is as solid as any. Thank you guys for coming and educating me a little bit.
I probably missed a bunch of stuff in there. I feel like leave in comments what we missed.
Yeah, leave in the comments. Guys, we want to know, what you think. What did we miss in this trailer? You guys have solid eyes for this kind of thing. Let us know any references, any thoughts, any fan theories you've got for Stranger Things 2 in the comments, and you can click around this region for more Screen Junkies news goodness. Thanks for hanging out.